Alright, so we're back. The installation is done. I took a few measurements along the way, so at some point we jumped at 5 gigabytes, then at 9 almost, and as a final measurement, our system occupies, God knows how much, it doesn't show. Alright, never mind, we're gonna reboot and see it live. Alright, so create the terminal, restart now, done. We just need to make sure that the system doesn't start again from the CD drive. So with that, we choose boot existing OS, and we should jump into our ArcoLinux Plasma Edition. And we did. Perfect. And we can unmount the drive now because we don't really need it. Remove. Yeah, that's fine. Let's put our password in, and this is the first boot of the actual operating system. So let's see what we have here. As a desktop environment, we have a KDE, some information about the battery and brightness management. If we connect devices, they'll show up here, like external drives, phones, what have you. Keyboard, we don't have any other options for keyboard. Clipboard, this is good, like a history to what you've copied. So, for example, alright, so connection is up. Let me open up a terminal. It's fairly simple to open up a terminal. Ctrl-Alt-T, this is by default, but you can change that. Let's see. I want to take the final measurement of what's being done. Alright, so our installation, our Plasma installation, takes about 10 gigabytes. That's quite a lot, but I'm expecting we will have a bunch of stuff in here. Alright, so just looking around, there's a bunch of games, a bunch of application, HTML, image map editor, translations, templates generator, CSVs, debuggers. We do have Electron. We have a bunch of Qt development stuff. So we have Atom and Sublime Text 3 by default. And no, these are not by default on a standard installer of Arch Linux or Plasma, but for the ArcoLinux, they're default. Alright, so let's see, we have an update. Let's do update. Just an FYI, update is not a default command in Arco or Arch Linux. If you want to know more about the available commands, you can do alias and it will show you all the aliases done. In my case, I want to see the command that is normally used to update the system. And for that, I'm gonna do alias and grep update. And as you can see, it's update. So in my case, for update, it's sudo pacman and the required switches. So yeah, let's run. Let's do the update. Give my password. Oh yeah, so the new naming convention released a couple of days ago by ArcoLinux guys, and the stuff we need after install. It's going fairly fast, so we'll leave it. In the meantime, I'd like to check around, see what else. Yeah, we have Vivaldi as a browser. We do have Dolphin as a explorer. Looks nice, nice. I know we have one option here. To show us the terminal right here, which is very nice thing. Or we can do open terminal here. So if you have like a dev section on your drive where you do development stuff and you want to open your terminal in that particular zone, let's do an example. I go to my documents, I create a folder for development stuff, and here let's say I create a folder for my PHP projects, and here let's say project 1, and in here I'm gonna do a new index file, and I want to open up the terminal here because I want to do some simple stuff, so I don't need a full-blown editor for this. So I'm gonna do, let's say, a simple PHP info. I'm gonna pass that into the index PHP. Alright, so now because I don't need two PHP infos. Okay. Good. And that's one case scenario where you would use that particular action. Like, oops, my bad. Actions, open terminal here. That's one case scenario. The updater is still going. Still has some way to go, but it's moving fast, which is fine. In the meantime, not sure if I can do that because I already have a program that's installing updates and is doing something, and I think my PacManDB might be locked. But let's see. If I want to install, since we've talked about PHP, let's install PHP. So I want to install PHP. Alright, okay. Looks like we need to restart the system for all the updates to take effect, and only after that we'll be able to install additional stuff if we want to. So let's do that. I'm gonna exit out of this terminal. Let's close this stuff out. Give it a second to wrap up the installation. It looks like we have a new kernel image. That's why we need to restart. It's interesting. Let's see what kernel we have right now. 3.7. Oh, so it already unpacked the 3.7. Oh no, it's 3.72. Right, so we should see this after the reboot. Okay, exit out of this one, exit out of this one, and then restart. This will take a moment. Okay, Perfect. Let's go in. We need a terminal to see if settings applied correctly, and we already see we have the newer kernel. Great. Remember, this is an Arch-based distribution. That means it's a rolling distribution. So whenever something comes out of the main repo, let's say, it's automatically implemented here. So you'll have always you're gonna have the latest and greatest and the newest stuff, which is not always a good thing, because if there's bugs that were not discovered during the testing phase, or if there's vulnerabilities, and you'll see that along the way, and sometimes you'll get in trouble. But there we go. So system is up and running. So I need a Dolphin. Alright, so we wanted to install the PHP interpreter and PHP. So we're gonna do that with sudo pacman. This is how you usually install stuff in an Arch-based system. Sudo pacman sy php. It's gonna check for PHP. It's gonna bring the latest version. Yes, we want that. Alright, so like I said, in the documents, I've created my dev environment, PHP, and I have the project, first project. I want to go here, and I want to test index.php. Yeah. So what I can do, I can start a local server, localhost 8080, and files are gonna be here. Right, the server started, and now I can use browser. So I have Chromium, Conquer, Firefox, Vivaldi. Okay, let's use Vivaldi. Doesn't really matter. We can use whatever browser we want. I don't want to go through this process right now. I just wanna check if my PHP server is working. So as you can see, it's working nice. I can do, let's do a new file. Let's say home.php, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna skip the K-wallet for now, don't really want to do that right now. Right, so I'm gonna open again a terminal here in my current location. As you can see, it's opened right where I right click and open terminal. This is the good part. So let's see, I wanna quickly vim the home. Okay, and I want to add some stuff in here. Let's say okay, go back to the browser and let's see, home.php. Perfect. I have double confirmation this is working properly. Right, so I'm gonna exit out of that one. This I don't need it anymore. Out. This is done. Yes. I can stop the server. And this is it, guys. This is my first look at ArcoLinux Plasma. I'm gonna play around with it. I'm starting to love the way it looks and the way it handles stuff. It seems so smooth, seems a good experience. I'll play around with it for a couple of days and I might install it on a bare metal machine. Yeah, I think that will be a good idea to really test out the stuff in this. Because remember, now I'm on a virtual machine and it has like 4 CPUs. Let's do an H-top here. Let's go full screen. Here I'm doing an H-top. So there's 4 threads and 8 gigs of RAM, which is nice, but it's still a virtualized environment. It's not a real environment. So I want to test it in that. So we'll get more information on that particular installation. But that was it, guys. Thanks for watching and I will see you soon. Cheers, bye.